Hi everybody, welcome back. It's been a while since I've done a video, so I'm going to check in with everybody, let you all know how I've been doing. I'm still doing Weight Watchers, kind of plateaued. I lost 45 pounds, lost 50 pounds total, but I did lose 45 pounds in a very short period of time, and then I trucked along a little more, lost another 5 pounds, now kind of plateaued, kind of balanced out a little bit. Struggling to lose more. I'm still doing Weight Watchers diet, but I'm struggling to lose more weight. So now what I've done is I've increased my walking, and I've started. I wasn't doing the 45 pounds, the 50 pounds actually I lost without doing any exercise at all. That was just diet alone, other than work, because I am on my feet a majority of the day at work. I get in probably anywhere from at least like 10,000 to about 15,000 steps an 8-hour day. I'm a custodian at an elementary school. And so now I got a treadmill home and a Peloton. So I've been increasing my exercise and also running with my dad 1 day a week to try to increase the weight loss. It's getting harder. I guess when you have more to lose, it's easier to lose. And when you don't have as much to lose, it gets harder. But overall, I'm doing well and my health is still in pretty good shape. I'm still watching it and treating myself every once in a while. I've been avoiding a lot of sweets. I tell you, I got a list of all these, like, I don't want to, backlog, but I definitely, I think I got a list of sweets I want to make, like pies and cakes, stuff like that. I could really go for an ice cream pie right about now. I have a recipe for a Whoppers pie. It's either a chocolate crumb crust or a graham cracker crust. You mix the ice cream, the vanilla ice cream, and the Cool Whip, and crushed up Whoppers. You put it in a graham cracker crust, and then you put extra whipped cream on it, and sprinkle some more of the chopped Whoppers, malted milk balls, whatever. I am like craving that. Oh God, I want it so bad. And as soon as I achieve my weight loss goal, I'm gonna give myself a little treat there. But I'm holding off on all that stuff right now. So I'm hoping around Thanksgiving time, once I meet my weight loss goal, I can treat myself a little bit. I got was it July, August? Yeah, I got like 4 more months. Maybe it'll happen sooner. I don't know, but that's probably gonna be around the time slot that I'll hit my goal. Something like that. Some type of ice cream pie. I don't know. That's just something I had in mind. I got a list. I'm craving like coffee cakes too, and I love coffee cake. Um, yeah, so there's that. I'm still down. If I was over the last two holiday seasons, or I think the last holiday season was really hard on me. With Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, 1 and 2. I think I did gain like 25 pounds during that time slot. I think I was 305 pounds. Yeah, I'm down to about 255 right now. So yeah, I have lost 50 pounds. It's been a struggle, but I'm sticking with it. And I'm looking to lose probably like at least, I think for my height and my age, I think I should weigh around like 215, 220 pounds at the most. So that's what I'm trying to get down to. So I still got like another, so yeah, 255. So I still got like another 35, 40 pounds to go. But I'm pretty confident I can do it. And feeling much, yeah, I definitely feel much better. I do suffer from GERD, because acid reflux disease. I think because I was overeating, and now it's pretty much, I have it a little bit, but it's, for the most part, it's non-existent. It's under much better control. I take medication, over-the-counter medication for that, but that's under much better control. I think I was eating way too much, and that was really irritating my stomach, the acid reflux disease. And it is, yeah, it's hard to believe the summer is already over, at least for, I mean, technically summer isn't over until September 21st, and it's still very hot here in Arizona. It's like averaging 115 lately the past couple weeks. But the kids, the elementary school I work at, the kids go back to school on Monday, and my daughter goes back to school. Like, she goes to a different school, but she's going back to school a couple days later on the 26th, so yeah, it went by fast. Of all the summers I've worked at this school, been there 5 years, but this summer seemed like it went by faster than all the other summers for some reason. One of the teachers told me, like, oh yeah, the longer you work here, the faster the summers will go by. So I want to talk about family traditions. Kind of nice, kind of cool to look back and reflect on. What are your family traditions, or what are they right now? comment what they were in the past when you were a kid. I know going all the way back to when I was, God, 5, 6 years old, I know the house my parents and I lived in at the time in Chicago didn't have AC. And in the summertime, it would get so hot. Sometimes my grandma and grandpa lived in Chicago. Both, well, actually, all four of my grandparents lived in the two different households. They both lived in Chicago. But my mom's mother, she hated heat in the summertime. So she always, even if it was only like 75 degrees, she would always have the air on. She always tended to get, my grandpa was always cold. He was thinner, but my grandma was a little on the heavier side. She used to get hot pretty easily. So we used to go over to her house in the summertime, sometimes on the weekends, just to be in the AC when it got really hot. And I know I'm not sure about my brother, but I know I'm not sure if my brother did too, but I know I used to strip down to just my underwear and run around the house. That was such a fun thing to do, run around my grandparents' house in my underwear, cool off. And another tradition we had is that after church on Sundays, we used to go out for fast food. My brother and I didn't really like church at all, so as a treat, my mom and dad used to take us out. It was either Wendy's or Burger King or McDonald's, and I remember that was like a reward for going to church on Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon. We would go out for lunch afterwards to either one of those places, or I think we would go out normally. I guess sometimes we'd bring it back home. I think normally we went there to eat. And then on Friday, back when video stores existed, they don't really exist anymore. There's few and far between. But I'm not talking DVD here. This is back in the 80s and the 90s, the VHS days before DVD. I think it wasn't until 1997 that DVD existed. But we used to go out for pizza and to celebrate the end of the work week for my parents and to celebrate the end of the school week. My brother and I, we used to go out for pizza on Friday nights. Sometimes we'd bring it back home. I think normally we went out from Chicago, tons of pizza restaurants all around, excellent pizza restaurants. And we used to switch it up. We used to go somewhere different. We had probably like 20 different pizza places in the area we used to go to on rotation. But yeah, every Friday night we discussed it beforehand. But we would, and we'd usually agree on it pretty quickly because we were hungry and wanted to celebrate. So yeah, every Friday night we would go out to a different pizza restaurant. And then after pizza, we go to usually Blockbuster or another local video store. And each of us would get a VHS video to rent for the weekend. And we would, after pizza, then we would go home and normally watch either on that Friday night or that Saturday night, we'd watch a movie. So there was that. And then so you're trying to think for the holidays. I think it was, Christmas Eve. We would know, again, my brother and I didn't like going to church. We would always go to church on Christmas Eve. And then we would go out every year. We went to the same pizza place, this place which is no longer in existence, called Regio's in Chicago. And because it was pretty close to my aunt and uncle's house. And so we'd go to church, and then we had like an hour drive to Chicago. We lived about an hour west of the Loop, the downtown Chicago. So yeah, we would drive like an hour to this pizza restaurant called Regio's in Chicago. And my aunt and uncle lived pretty close to there. And then every Christmas Eve, we would go over to their house to celebrate. I think we would open up, I think before we went for dinner, we would open up presents. Even after we didn't believe in Santa Claus anymore, we would open up presents on Christmas Eve. And then we would go to that pizza restaurant. And then we would go to my aunt and uncle's house on Christmas Eve, which is pretty close to that pizza restaurant, and celebrate over there. And then lastly, my mom's mother both my grandmothers were great cooks. Now, my dad's mother, she died when I was, I think, 5 years old. And I do remember her pretty well, but I don't really remember. I remember being over at her house for parties, holiday parties. But I don't really remember her cooking a whole lot, but I do have some of her recipes. And from what my mom and other people in the family have told me, she was an excellent, she was 100% Polish. And she was an excellent cook from what I heard. I do have the recipe for her kolachkis, which are excellent. Again, she was 100% Polish. What's But yeah, I think I do remember having a meal. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I had some meal over there I remember was pretty good. I know I was kind of a fussy eater as a kid, but I do remember enjoying the meal, the holiday meals she made, which I can't really remember. But yeah, she was an excellent cook. And then my mom's mother was an excellent cook too. And I have definitely have more memories of her because she lived until I was like 30 years old, died when she was 89, almost 90, just 2 months shy of her 90th birthday party. And she used to have us over for holidays a lot. But I think like she made really good roast beef. And I think, was it one Sunday a month? Yeah, she used to make roast beef a lot. But she would have us over one Sunday a month when she was younger. I think when she got to be like in her 80s, she stopped entertaining, but when in her 70s, she entertained a lot. And she used to have us over one Sunday a month for some type of roasted entree. It was normally roast beef, but sometimes she made like pork roast. Sometimes she made roasted chicken, but for the most part, I remember it was roast beef, rump roast. That's what she had a lot, beef rump roast. And she used to make baked potatoes, and she would serve some type of vegetable, usually corn and cottage cheese. And then she would whip up like some we all love instant chocolate pudding. And I think my dad liked vanilla pudding, so she used to make just a small individual serving of vanilla pudding for my dad. And we used to have sleepovers over there too. And my brother, my grandma and I were big. She was a big Sox fan. I wasn't so much. I guess when I was a kid, I was a baseball fan. So we used to go to Sox games together, Chicago White Sox games. But we were more of a Bulls fan. We were big Chicago Bulls fans. So we used to go over there sometimes on Saturday nights for sleepovers. My brother and I, my grandma and I. It was usually when a Bulls game was on. Maybe sometimes on Friday nights, but we used to watch the Bulls games together. And I'm trying to think of what else. I think that's about it. So yeah, let me know what some of your favorite family traditions are. I'd love to hear from you. I think that's all I can think of as far as family traditions and my updated situation with work and life, health. So talk to you all real soon. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all real soon with another great video. Have a great weekend, everybody. Talk to you all soon. Bye.